the Orchot Tzadikim. We were on the gate of flattery. Okay. We were up to here. It says, but if it's evident and known to all, let's say we were talking about how important it is to rebuke people, right? So what if you know for sure that he's not going to accept your rebuke, right? So we said if it's written explicitly in the Torah, you have to say it anyways. If it's not explicitly in the Torah, so we say better that he should be a shogeg and not mezid. So then the Orchot Tzadikim says, but what if the guy, you know, he hates instruction? Soneh musar, velo yishma lemochichav. He will not listen to his rebukers. So what does it say in the Torah? Al tochach letz pen isnaeka. It says in Mishnah in Proverbs, chapter 9, do not reprove the mocker, lest he'll hate you. So this is talking about where it's not explicit in the Torah, and what happens if you say no, I have to rebuke no matter what. And some people are very like that. They're very strict. They want to rebuke no matter what. So you tell them, listen, it's not a mitzvah to rebuke. Why? Tell him the Mishlei says he's going to hate you. What is he going to do? He's going to start fighting with you. He's going to take it personal, and then he's going to say, yeah, we're all going to get again like this, right? He's going to tell you, oh, Kvod Harav, yeah, you person who does this, he goes Geinam Shavi. Don't worry, I'll see you there, Rabbi. I'll see you there, right? So he's gonna start making jokes on you, right? So therefore, there's no mitzvah to say to that guy like this. Sorry, Yosef Chaim. There's no mitzvah like to say like this to a mocker. So it's over there. The Gemara Yevamot says, Mutav shishogim yamezedim. Just like it's a mitzvah lomar davar nishma, kach mitzvah shelo lomar davar she'eno nishma. Right? Just like it's a mitzvah to say something when people will listen to you, there's a mitzvah also not to say anything when they don't listen to you. Also, divrei Torah. It's very important. The person has to know that when you say divrei Torah, it has to be good. You have to prepare. If you say dvar Torah and people are like this, oh, what is he talking about? I have no idea what he's saying. And everybody just starts smoozing. It's boring, you know. It happens sometimes in shuls, where the rabbi gets up to speak after mincha, before Arvit, Shabbat, Friday night, and he's boring. Everybody's just like, oh, when is this over, you know? So over there, the Gemara says it would be better that he didn't speak. Why? Because now he made Hilul Hashem. Why? Because now, instead of the Torah being, oh, wow, amazing, what a speech, the Torah is now like, ah. So now when he has something important to say, when he has something good to say, they're also not going to listen to him. Why? So he just plummeted the stock of the Torah in their eyes. The value of Torah is like, So that's why if you're not going to deliver something good, the person has to be very careful. You can make Hilul Hashem, Chas Shalom, and sometimes it's better not to say anything. Now, the eighth category of flatterers, Shomeh midabrei lashon hara nevela, uyoshev besod mesahakim buzeh Torah mitzvot, yodea shem kshe'oref v'lo yikablu tochacha, al ken hu shotek, gam ze yanesh, ki haya lo la'anot lahem. Person who sits with people who speak lashon hara, but gui, or they speak profanity, they curse, right? Let's say you have friends who curse, right? They say S word, they say F word, they say dirty words, right? They say inappropriate words, perverted words, and you don't talk like that, but your friends talk like that, and you don't say anything, right? You're just quiet. What happens? He says that's not right. He says, what do you mean? I know they're stiff-necked. I know they don't like a rebuke, so I keep quiet. He says he too will be punished because he should have answered them so that they will not say that his silence indicated that he was like the speakers. What do? A lot of times I play basketball with a lot of community members. So sometimes those community members, they miss a shot. They say they curse, or they talk to each other. They're cursing. So I tell them, listen, oh guys, the materis, don't curse. Does it mean that I'm fighting them? No. Am I rebuking them? Not really. Maybe they'll listen, maybe they won't. But at the end of the day, at least I show I'm not agreeing with what you're doing, you know. Some people, you have to rebuke them, you have to pull them to the side and tell them, listen, how can you talk like this? It's a sur, you're getting a sin every single time. Okay, that's rebuke. But then sometimes it's not just rebuke, it's just showing like, I don't approve, don't do that, right? Or a person, he's using his phone, right? I don't have a place now to rebuke him in the middle of tefillah, but I can just say like, you know, show I don't agree with what you're doing, it's not right what you're doing. So therefore,
Depends on your level. If
right.
The rabbi says it,
Right, right. The rabbi should give rebuke. Yeah, he should give rebuke. But a guy, you're sitting. Let's say you're sitting at a table, right, at a wedding. You're sitting in a restaurant, and people talking perverted things. People talking inappropriate, speaking lashon hara. You should tell them, guys, it's lashon hara. We shouldn't be talking about. That's it, finished. To show like at least okay, even if they don't agree, but I'm not part of this. I already removed myself. Zimun, you make yourself part of the group. Now you have to do the opposite. You have to show you're not part of the group. Yeah, what are you saying?
אם בן אדם, נגיד, מתלוצץ, הוא מוציא את הגולל בתור ג'וק, זה גם אסור?
Yeah, of course. 100%. If a person, there's people who make jokes about the mitzvot, or they make jokes about rabbis, or they make jokes about the Torah, Haz Shalom. They say, yeah, if I read Parsha Ketoret, I'm going to become wealthy. Yeah. If I'm going to give tzedakah, yeah. Elokim Gadol, yeah. Hashem is going to give me. Hashem is going to... Yeah, go. Let your Hashem take care of you. Let the money grow on trees. Yeah, that's what they say. They talk down about emunah. They talk down about mitzvot. Person has to prove that he's not part of such a group. He has to show that he's not included in these people. Yeah.
Let's say if you try to rebuke them, but they don't care and they shut you up. What can you do?
Okay, at least you show that you're not agreeing to it. That already is you. That's the main thing. If you can rebuke them, good. If you can't rebuke them, at least show them you don't agree with what they're doing. You tell them, I don't agree with what you're doing. I'm not, in Shamayim, I'm not part of your group. That's it, finished.
Yeah, but can you rebuke someone if you do the sin yourself?
No. Na'eh doresh, na'eh mekayem. You have to keep what you say. Right, thank you so much. You can't, because the number one reason the guy's not going to accept your rebuke, he's going to say, what about you? That's why fathers, they have to be very careful. Yeah. The father comes and he says, why you got 98 in your test? But you don't study. You want me to study for my test? I never see you study. Well, you have to learn your Gemara. He said, but you never learned Gemara. What do you mean? So the father's going to say, what is he going to say? Right? So if he says, no, you have to go learn Night Seder. I don't want to go to Night Seder. I hate Night Seder. And the father, what he's going to say? No, you got to go. And he's going to ask his father, Abba, you also hate Night Seder. You never go to Night Seder. I see you on the couch every day. So that's it. How is he going to give Yirat Shamayim to his son? If the father goes to Night Seder, so then the son's going to say, listen, my father goes, I got to go. Look, he's right. He's an example. Today, the kids, they can't stand the wrong example. They right away, they blame it on you. Oh, no, you don't do it, I don't do it too. That's it. That's their excuse. So a person has to be an example, and then he can accept it. Some people, their father's not religious. So they go to Night Seder, even though their father doesn't go to Night Seder. Okay, but God bless them. The Hashem give them a great reward. But if a father is asking a son, the father has to make sure that he does it himself. Last category over here. He says, right, what was the first pasuk saying in Tehillim? Right, Asher Ish, Asher Lo Yashav, Moshav Letzim. Right, you need to sit in a group. The first thing that King David praises is the man who didn't sit with the mockers, with the people who think about life in a different way than he does. So therefore, you be careful not to even sit with them. Ninth category is who honors the wicked by way of courtesy. Mechabed Rashayim Machmad Derech Shalom. This guy doesn't speak good about the wicked man. He doesn't honor the wicked guy like other people honor him. He doesn't give him honor. So he says, what does he do? He honors him like people honor wealthy people by way of buttering up an expectation of gain. What does he do? He does a little bit of kissing up. You see a guy in the shul, you don't say hi to him. There's a regular guy in shul, whatever. A guy who's wealthy, his last name is brand name, last name. Oh, Takiludi, wow, look who came to shul. How's Rasti? How are you? How's everything? He sits there, schmoozing within 5 minutes. The other guy who's sitting there is like, I pray with you every day. You don't say hello to me like that. Well, what's that all about? Because this guy, you want something from him. You butter him up in order that one day, if you need a business loan, he's going to be there for you. He's going to give you some money. Or you want him to invite you because you want to go to the cool people parties, right? So you want to get invited to his party, right? You want to go to that wedding with 1,000 people and the fancy schmancy things that you don't see in any other party. You want to make sure you invited him, so you got to butter him up. You got to say hello to him, and next time you want him to benefit you in any way, so that's why you're doing. You're not doing it because you care about him. His midot is wicked. He's not a good guy. But what are you doing? You're doing it because you want some benefit. He says that's not allowed. He says you're allowed to honor the wealthy, the Rav. We used to mechabed the ashirim, but not the wicked ones. He says it's permitted to honor. Lo utar lechabed rashaim el almat mora sheireh sheazik lo rasha v'yiglom lo hefsed bezman sheyad rashaim tekifa. The only place you're allowed to honor wicked people is if they're going to hurt you, if they're going to damage you. But here, he's not going to damage you. You want to get a gain. You want to butter up the gain. That's not allowed. As the sages tell us, mutar lachanif et rashaim ba'olam hazeh. The Gemara Sotah says, you're allowed to flatter the wicked people in this world. Was based on pasuk in Yeshayahu, because it's only this world, because they have a power. But if they have no power, or there's no damage available that they're going to do to you, so then you're not allowed to flatter them. Has shalom. And look, there are some wicked people where you're still not allowed to flatter them, like Mordechai. Why didn't Mordechai bow down to Haman? Flatter him a little bit. He's dangerous. He could go and do something to us. Lo, he said to them, Lo tidrosh lamam v'tovatam. Do not seek their good or their peace. And even he was told, our rabbis taught, the Gemara, the Midrash says, they told him, Mordechai, but the Torah says that you're allowed to flatter the Reshaim in Olam Hazeh. He told them, no. Still, Lo kam, lo zamimenu. He didn't stand, and he refused to stand for him. So you see that a person, for some Reshaim, you're not allowed to. But in general, if he's going to hurt you, you are. But next time we have to speak about who you're allowed to flatter, who you should flatter. Number one, who you should flatter is your wife.